You fantastic man. We're going to go to Maddie now because they're about to launch the boat, Maddie, down there.
Isn't this is so exciting? And someone just came and handed me a glass of champagne. I said, oh no, I better not. But then they said it's bad luck. So then I thought, okay,
no,
well,
you should. No, you should. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Yep.
So I need my glass of champagne, and there's a good reason for this, because this is AC75, the first of two boats that Emirates Team New Zealand are launching in preparation for the 2021 America's Cup. It is incredibly exciting, and we've had so many people turn up this morning to watch the boat be launched. It is a mono-hull boat, different from the catamaran that was seen in the last couple of America's Cups. They're hoping faster. This is very, very exciting. I think we can cross now up to the ceremony to have a look at the christening officially of the boat.
He is going to now christen the boat for us. It's actually from Motor Neurons New Zealand, I'm sorry.
I name this yacht Te May God bless everyone who sails on her.
So this is live from Auckland's Viaduct, which will of course be the venue for the America's Cup. 4 challengers coming down to compete, and we're going to talk with Grant Dalton in a sec about the teams that are coming. It's an AC75. It is a foiling mono hull. And we're going to go back to Maddie, who was there.
Well, cheers. I think this calls for a glass of champagne, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Go, Maddie.
It's incredibly exciting, and the team are absolutely fizzing, as they should be, because this is a very momentous occasion. A little bit of rain around today, but I mentioned earlier, they think that's good luck, because the last time they launched their 2 boats, it rained both days, so they're hoping that's a very, very good omen. There is actually a bit of weather around the country today. Let's check out what we're dealing with this Friday and into the weekend as well. It's overcast throughout Southland and Otago, and there's showers expected for all of you, most likely this afternoon. These stronger winds from the south have dropped the temperature too. 10 degrees in Queenstown, Dunedin and Invercargill, 11 for the rest. There's decent weather in Milford Sound, and the coast will fine out before lunch once the early showers clear, but Nelson has cloud cover with the odd shower throughout the day. 13 degrees in Nelson, 15 for Westport. There's occasional rain right along the east coast with some strong southwesterly winds expected around Canterbury and Kaikoura. That should ease later on though. 11 degrees in Christchurch and Kaikoura, 14 for Blenheim. You're in for wet weather in the lower north, possibly heavy around Taranaki, although it should ease this afternoon for Wellington and Kapiti. Just those gusty southerlies blowing about. 11 degrees in the capital, 12 for Kapiti and Palmerston North. That rain continues as we move east with some potentially heavy downpours in Hawke's Bay. You've all got those southwesterly winds to contend with too. 10 the high in Masterton and Dannevirke, 13 for the rest. You won't escape the rain in the Bay of Plenty either, although it should start easing this afternoon. There are some strong gusty winds whipping through though. 15 degrees in Whakatane and Tauranga. And that wet weather continues in the upper north with some heavy falls likely, maybe some thunderstorms and the chance of even some hail later on, plus some strong gusty southwesterlies just to seal the deal. 14 degrees in Hamilton, Auckland and Kaitaia, 15 for the rest. And then checking out your weekend, tomorrow there's a few showers across the North Island still, but they should gradually start clearing. You'll see rain in the south of the South Island, but everywhere else is becoming fine. And on Sunday it's fine in the west of the South Island, but the rest of the country has rain again with possible snow in the mountainous areas of both islands. So it's been christened, and now the next step is to, of course, lower the boat into the water. This is the AC75, the first of 2 boats that will be racing for Emirates Team New Zealand in the 2021 America's Cup right here in Auckland. This is very exciting down at the Auckland Viaduct at the moment. Of course, you can see the crews here with the ropes just getting ready to kind of lower the boat into the water. They're hoping that the weather might hold out over the next couple of days, although it's not looking a great forecast, and hopefully if they get some nice patches in the weather, they might even be able to take the boat out for a bit of a spin in the Auckland Harbour. The first race that they will have in this boat is the World Series next April in Italy, and then it's all go getting ready for the 2021 America's Cup. They still have one more boat that they need to actually build, but this is very exciting this morning.
Yeah, and Grant Dalton's going to come and join us, CEO of Team New Zealand, who's also organising the event, of course. 4 challenges coming down, all of a high standard. Sometimes in the past there have been more challenges, but a couple of them you always felt were just making up the numbers almost. So we're going to talk to him about how a mono hull can foil. They're projecting speeds of 40 to 50 knots, which is somewhere in the region of 80 kilometres an hour. So it is a remarkably fast boat. We're just watching it go into the water down at Auckland's Viaduct. This is it. This is the official launch. This is the first time this boat has gone into the water. You will have just seen it being christened with a bottle of champagne being broken on it. So after the break, Grant Dalton is going to join us and discuss what we're seeing there, particularly underneath, and how a mono hull can foil. All of that and more coming up.
This is pretty special to watch, actually. This is the AC-75, the first of 2 boats for Emirates Team New Zealand's America's Cup bid in 2021. The boat is built and ready for launch. That's what we're watching at the moment down at the Auckland Viaduct. The boat is going into the water. You can see the foils here. This is the special part of the boat, but this is a mono-hull boat, of course, separate, different from the catamaran that they've been using in the last couple of America's Cup races that we've had, but they're pretty optimistic about this one, although they do say it's a pretty unique design, this boat, but they're hoping that uniqueness is what's going to clinch them the win. This is incredibly exciting. There's so many people that have come down to the Auckland Viaducts this morning to watch all of this happen, and it's going in right now. Check out that. That's amazing. This is very special. As John said, Grant Dalton, of course, joining us very shortly to have a chat about what makes this boat so special and why they think this is their best bet and best hope to take out the America's Cup in 2021 right here in Auckland. And there we have it. She's in. We'll see you after the break with Grant Dalton here in Auckland.
Rick Stein! The legend has arrived.
Oh my God.
And he likes what he sees.
Wow, that is quite special.
New MasterChef Australia, tonight 7:30 on 1.
The Tile Warehouse Spring Sale is on now with 20 to 70% off all tile, stone and mosaics. Explore our beautiful range of tiles and exclusive designs to create your dream home. 20 to 70% off only at Tile Warehouse.
For people that want to do a little bit extra with their day, the Subaru Outback from $44,990 now comes with a complimentary tow bar and no on-road costs. From the Subaru SUV range.
Stop the bus! Stop! Stop!
Rush into KFC as quick as you can. $2 large chips for 2 weeks only.
If you take a closer look at Milford's KiwiSaver plan, you'll see it's consistently delivered excellent returns. So don't be left wondering if you could have saved more for your retirement. Switch to Milford in minutes at milfordasset.com.
Got a home reno project in the works? We've got everything you need for any room all under one roof, from lighting and flooring to storage and paint, plus quality bathrooms and kitchens to suit your budget. Get it done right with Mitre 10 Mega.
New Zealand is such a savey place. Our national bird saved money on wings. Our national cake only uses half the egg. Our national shoe is only part of a shoe. And our national supermarket is Pack and Save. Proudly New Zealand owned and operated.
When 2 Degrees launched prepaid back in 2009, we started a list of simple and fair do's and don'ts. Like, do halve the cost of prepaid calls. Shoo, get out of here. Don't make people buy 13 packs in 12 months. Do give people a free hour of data each day. Don't steal people's unused carryover data. Keen to join? You do you, boo. Sound fair? Let's chat. 2 Degrees, fighting for fair for 10 years.
No better reason to get away.
No better place to stay. YHA Rotorua.
Everything's here. It's just too easy.
We always get to do more without breaking the bank, and we're closer to everything that really matters. Love staying at YHA.
Open your mind to new ideas at the Auckland Home Show. See all the latest building and renovation products, kitchens and bathrooms. The Auckland Home Show, on now at the ASB Showgrounds.
Are you over 50 and ready to downsize to a brand new home? Then free up your money and find your freedom.
This is Peter Williams. Matamata Longlands is our newest freedom lifestyle village. We're open every day for you to visit and enjoy, with brand new designer homes from only $249,000 and potential capital gains if it comes time to sell. Perfectly situated in the Golden Triangle, Matamata Longlands will offer superb lifestyle and a friendly community in New Zealand's new motorhomer's paradise. Watch this. You'll wish you'd moved in sooner.
Partnership with Spark Sport, TVNZ 1 brings you Rugby World Cup 2019.
14 minutes to 8. Thanks for being with us. A really important day for Team New Zealand this morning with the launch of their first AC-75, which we saw just moments ago, actually going into the water. It's been a long road getting to this point, not only mounting the defence of the America's Cup, but also organising the entire thing. Challenges coming down. We'll talk about them in a moment. But joining us now from Auckland's Viaduct is the team's Chief Executive, Grant Dalton. Morena, Grant, pretty special morning for you. What was it like watching it go in?
Yeah, it is a special morning for us. Good morning. It's been a long time coming. In some ways, it really started out of the ashes of San Francisco and that kind of agonising defeat, which accumulates today, and now kind of the way we think about the next America's Cup and how it should be. So it's almost a little bit, I don't know, emotionally stressful watching a boat launch when it's up in the air. They're supposed to either be on the ground or in the water, not in the air. But it's all gone well. And I think the atmosphere, it rained, which is, you know, I'm told it's good luck. And it's been quite low key, and it's really the way we wanted it. We're not that organisation that, you know, sings too loudly.
Is it, so that's it behind you here, right? And so it's just sitting quietly in the water. And I know it's a ridiculous question, but this is the first time that boat has been in the water. This is the first time you've actually seen it on the sea.
100%. I mean, that would be seriously bad. Like, I mean, yachtsmen, we're slightly superstitious. We would never, ever put a boat in. Right now, the guys are clambering on over it to make sure it doesn't start sinking, that everything's where it should be, that the rudder bearings not letting the water in, and I haven't heard too many screams from downstairs, so it looks like it's floating just fine.
Yes, I'm not sure if the camera's on the sticks, but if it's on the shoulder, we can pan across and have a look at that as it's taking place, and you can provide us with a commentary. But Grant, I want to talk about, thank you so much. I want to talk about what we were seeing underneath. So this is a mono hull that will foil. Can you explain how it works, how it will get up off the water, and what sort of speeds you hope it will do?
Yeah, well, you've sort of got to go back a little bit first. That we wanted to go back to monohull because it's really more understandable and it's more traditional, but then we couldn't leave the foiling generation behind. And so we had to deal with something that really is counterintuitive, a monohull that foils.
Yeah.
And really you can't have a keel because the only thing that goes better with weight in it is a steamroller. So there we've come up with this concept, and basically it's a light boat, doesn't weigh very much, and as it lifts onto the foils, no different than a cat in that respect, there's trim tabs on the back of the foils, literally like an aeroplane, that help it lift off, and as it goes into the air, those will be levelled out, and it will then start to fly on its rudder as well. So in some ways, some of the lessons from the cat, but taking it more back to, well, really what we more relate to as Kiwis, and I think as more yachtsmen around the world.
And so you talked about the lessons you learned in San Francisco, and I was up there watching you learn those lessons. What is the thing that you most profoundly and importantly wanted to do differently as the New Zealand hosts, as the defenders? What was it? What is it that marks out the difference most profoundly for you?
Well, I think you've got to combine San Francisco and Bermuda to come to that point. And look, a lot of things were very good in those regattas, so in no way am I trying to criticise them. But, I mean, we're doing one of them right now, free-to-air TV. I mean, that was important to us, that we did that around the world and that anybody could watch from anywhere if they had a device or a TV set. So that's quite a big change. The next is really make it as inclusive as we can for the public and to let them get involved, close to the teams, keep everything close together. Hopefully we're doing that as well. And with the courses in close around North Head and Bastion Point, that helps the public get in. But I think most importantly of all of those things, we want to run this throughout the country and throughout as many cities as and towns and townships that we would like to see fan zones set up during racing, TV screens, bead bags, that whole kind of atmosphere that really is so Kiwi in the summer.
Grant, it's lovely we've got you back on camera now because I want to see your face as you say this. What sort of speed is that boat going to do, all going well? When it's up on its foils, how fast will it go?
Well, all going well is a good way to put it, because if it's not going well, it won't be going very fast at all. It'll be nose diving. I mean, look, it always depends on the weather and the wind basically the wind forecast, but it's going to do 50 knots. Certainly our simulation and projections, because this is basically a computer boat, it'll do 50 knots. Now, put that in perspective, that will make the harbour go very small very quickly.
50 knots. So what's that? We're approaching 90k, somewhere in the ballpark of 90k?
Yeah, I mean, a knot is 1 1/8 miles an hour, so I guess that's 95 kilometres an hour. I mean, that's getting up there because the boffins that are watching will know that you're getting into cavitation issues and low pressure boil at that speed. So. You could probably make it go faster with super cavitation foils, but you've got to get it going too. So everything's a compromise in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. But that is the speed we sit in our cars on the motorway at. And you think that boat is capable of doing that on the Waitemata Harbour?
No, I know it is. And what isn't probably evident as you look behind me is there's quite deep cockpits, and the purpose of that, and using the car as the analogy, if you put your head out of the window of the car or stand up in the back of the ute at 195 kilometres an hour, it's a real drag and wind resistance. So aerodynamic, these are now kind of moving into a new league of aerodynamics. So you've still got to sail them in a normal way, but you don't want to be seen too much because you're an aerodynamic problem for us.
OK, one final question. So you've got Team New Zealand. Obviously, you're standing in front of the boat, and it's very exciting to have seen it launch this morning. You've got Luna Rossa, Team UK, Sabine, of course, American Magic, Stars and Stripes coming down, and they're good challenges. How similar will the boats be? How much have you prescribed that they be the same in key respects?
No, well, there's certain areas where you could gain advantage, but you would need to spend an absolute fortune. So we've standardised those parts, particularly internally, that you can't see with the movement of the foils, hydraulic systems, etc. But we've left it quite open in terms of the role of the hull, and you'll see quite big differences there.
Wow.
As teams go to their second boat, I think you'll find they come together a bit because you get a bit of a herd mentality. But we want innovation. I mean, we're an innovative country. This organisation organisation is known for its innovation, and so we've left it quite open to let people innovate.
Well, it's very exciting. Boat number 1 in the water, and the challenge is still to come, and we will see their boats and see the differences and see who is fastest. Grant Dalton, congratulations on a successful launch. It's still floating behind you, which is good news. And thanks for launching it on the telly.
Screaming from downstairs.
Good. Thanks, Grant. And good luck. We really wish you well in the defence. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Grant Dalton, CEO of Team New Zealand.
And making news this morning, President Trump's under fire for showing a hurricane map that had been changed with